We got the Mariners and Astros. We got the Giants and Dodgers, a little in-state rivalry. And then the Houston Astros looking to open up a 7-game homestand here against the Mariners. Road chalk. You know, when we used to do the MLB show, Steve, we would talk a lot about road favorites on Mondays. And I don't know. I want to get your breakdown on this one because this feels like they got the right team favored, in my opinion. What say you?
I agree. I like Seattle in this game. I would lay the $1.35, $1.40 range in this one with the Mariners. And also, as far as the scheduling goes, both teams were on the road this weekend. I think that actually favors the road team. Seattle's going from Chicago to Houston. Meanwhile, Houston is returning home from a 3-game trip in Cincinnati. So I don't think that's any kind of an edge. Both teams are traveling back home, and then they have the distractions of settling back in. So I like the setup here for Seattle. Both teams playing around 500 baseball over the past couple weeks. But overall this season, the Astros are just 16-25. Yes, Mariners are below 500 as well, but I think they're the better overall team. And I like the pitching edge here as well with George Kirby on the mound. I project a good outing today, and he's been tonight, and he's been really good against this current Houston lineup. The current Houston lineup tonight is just 14 for 68, a 206 batting average career against Kirby. Meanwhile, Lambert, the starter for the Astros, I project him to have a weaker start. I have his ERA tonight around 4.7. Kirby's is around 3.2. So I like the pitching matchup. I like the scheduling situation. And neither team is in very good current form offensively, so that's kind of a wash. If you're going to play it here, I would lay it with the Mariners, currently minus $1.35 to $1.40 to shop around. And if you want to get a little aggressive with some plus money, you could take a look at them on the run line, minus 1.5 plus 120. I'd be careful with that, though, just because, as I said, they're not hitting the ball well. In fact, they've scored just 1 run in their last 2 losses. The Astros have scored 1 run total in their last 2 games on Saturday and Sunday. So I would just play the money line here, minus the 135 with Kirby over Lambert. That's at 8:10 Eastern, Seattle at Houston.
All right, Steve, how about this other game that we introduced there, this San Francisco and Dodgers game? Because, sure, the Dodgers are still the Dodgers, but they could use a little bit of spark at the plate, man. That series and albeit against the Braves, that was something that I think all baseball fans were watching. This is a great matchup, 2 of the best teams in baseball facing off. But in that series, back-to-back games where you saw just a total of 4 runs from the Dodgers, something that we have not been accustomed to with this offense. So now they host the Giants here in a little series here. So what are you looking for in this game, Steve? But also thoughts on the series. We think the bats come back alive here for the Dodgers. What are you thinking?
Yeah, the Dodgers are still the best team in baseball. They're a dominant team. They're a loaded lineup. And whenever we can kind of buy low with the Dodgers, I think it's worth a look. And I say that because they're just 9-11 their last 20. That was after a 15-5 start. They've got just 4-6 their last 10. That was after a 20-10 start. So, after that 20-10 start, they're on a pace to win about 107 games, 67%. Now they're at 60%, 24-16. That'd be 97 wins on the season. So they're kind of in that sweet spot where they should be. I look for them to maybe be a play-on team here over the next few weeks, depending on the matchups, of course. And I have no problem fading the Giants, who are just 16-24 on the season, just 3-7 their last 10. They did win an extra inning game at home against Pittsburgh, and now they travel. Not a big road trip, San Fran down to L.A. I've driven that a couple times, and as Dan will tell you, you go through country, farmland, avocados, artichokes, and maybe avocados, but artichokes and tomato farms. Bakersfield. The first In-N-Out burger I ever went to was somewhere around Bakersfield. I kept looking for chips. I wanted to see CHP officers. I finally saw a Chippy. That made my day. Other In-N-Out burgers in Vegas behind the Bally's. That's a little hidden In-N-Out burger. But I regress. I like the Dodgers here. I don't think the scheduling spot is great for the Giants, even though it's a short road trip, because they did have an extra inning win yesterday after the blowout loss to Pittsburgh on Saturday. Dodgers, meanwhile, stay at home after losing back-to-back games to the Braves on Saturday and Sunday. They did win Game 1 in that series, and we've seen them do this recently. They beat Houston in Game 1 and then dropped Game 2. So I look for a focus spot here tonight from the Dodgers. Pitching matchup, nothing great, obviously. Sasaki, a 6.0 ERA on the season, but I think he's actually due for a decent outing, and he should have some success against a mediocre Giant offense. And Trevor McDonald, he's pitched well this year, but it's only been 7 innings with a 1.3 ERA. So the line's a little bit lower than it would have been just a couple weeks ago based on recent results and also the pitching matchup. We'll take the Dodgers at home here. Current line is about minus 180. But as I always say, if you play the Dodgers, you're probably better off playing the run line, because when they win, they usually win by margin. Get that minus 180 all the way down to plus 110. I like the Dodgers run line even better, especially with the total of 9, because we should get some scoring. Or you can make a -1 run line. If you don't have one, you just put half on the money line at minus 180, half on it at plus 110. That gets you -1, minus 135. So Dodgers either -1, minus 135, or you could go for that plus money, plus 110 at -1.5. I look for the Dodgers to get back on track tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern.
Love it. Steve Merril, WT.buzz/SM. And Steve, I know we just talked a little baseball action there, but doing all these NBA videos has prepared you well, as we're looking at a 109-80 against the spread during the regular season here that Steve has been rocking it here in MLB. You got one you got isolated tonight. They'll find that at your page, but what else are they going to find over there, Steve?
You also have a strong totals best bet. I know we talked a little bit about the sides in the one game, but we didn't talk to the totals too much. I do have a strong NBA over-under best bet in one of the playoff games tonight on Monday, and also a strong MLB best bet, as you just mentioned. So 2 games tonight, plus a bonus free play. The daily free play is always up there if you're building your bankroll, doing your own handicapping. So get the daily free play. Check out the strong best bets tonight, and also check out some special offers. You know, tonight, 1 day is $39. You can still get 3 days for $49. Get that second and third day for just $5 each, because as you know, tomorrow is $5 Tuesday. Everyone gets excited for single $5 plays. You can get the next 2 days for just $5 each with that buy 3 days for $49, or a 30-day plus 10 more days free, 40 days, and a $100 discount. You know, normally 30 days is $299. Nope, it's just $199, instant $100 discounted. To make it even better, I'm including 10 more bonus days. So 40 days for just $199. That gets it down to like $5 a day. Or get it down to $3 a day, about $1 a play with the 1-year all-access pass with the instant $800 discount that's still available. No promo codes needed, and of course, it doesn't matter if you get 1 play, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, or 1 year. Everybody's getting my personal best bets, the same plays each and every day. And it's always been that way since I started 30 years ago. This August will be my 30th anniversary as a full-time professional bettor and sports handicapper. August of 96. It's been 30 years, and it's always been the same. If I'm using a game, I send it to my clients. 2 strong best bets tonight on Monday, plus the bonus free play. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. And hey, get there quicker with shortcut WT.buzz/SM.